Well, boys, this is a Premier League podcast, but I might do some Champions League gloating a little bit later. This is Red Card Radio. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're listening from. Thanks for tuning in. Red Card Radio is a weekly look at the Premier League from three friends who support different clubs. My name is James. I support Arsenal. Down below is Sean. He supports Tottenham. And welcome back. Big round of applause, everyone. We found Brad. He does live. He supports Chelsea, though. You wouldn't know it because he's got some weird Premier League kid on, acting like he supports the Premier League, which is just goofy.
Yeah. I told you I put my kids in a box. Remember we said that?
Did you say Champions League or the Championship? I think Brad thinks we're covering the Championship since he's got Coventry and Leicester games coming up.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Speaking of that, we do have a rather long episode for you this week. We're only going to do one episode this week because reasons. It's FA Cup coming up at the weekend and only a handful of Premier League matches. So we're just going to do everything tonight or today, whenever you're listening to this. And while you are listening, if you could hit that subscribe button, ring the sub notification bell, drop a comment down below if you're on Discord, if you're on YouTube, join our Discord. It's in the comments description below. If you are on one of the podcast sites, first, thank you for listening there. We really appreciate it. If you haven't already, if you stumbled across us, follow, rate, review, all those things really do help us. And then for everybody, if you could hit that share button and drop this on your socials for us, that too helps us tremendously. All right, so what are we doing today? We are going to look at the results from the Premier League over the last weekend, and then we are going to make some picks. We will resolve our picks from last week. But before we do anything of that, boys, do you know what we should do first?
Where are we going first?
We are going to the league table. We are going to take a look at the Premier League table. It's been a few weeks since we've done it, and I have waited for the opportune time to do this. I have been waiting patiently for this moment to come back around. And loyal listeners, friends of the podcast, if you're on YouTube, you can see the league table, Arsenal in that first position. Only team with 20 wins in the Premier League thus far, 7 or 8 game win streak, something like that, a bunch. Liverpool, Manchester City, 1 point separate the top 3. This is quite a spicy title race that we've got going on. Aston Villa are currently in 4th, though Tottenham are knocking on the door with a game in hand. Kind of just the normal characters after that. United, that would be Manchester and West Ham respectively. Brighton and Hove Albion, Wolves and Newcastle round out our top 10. In their favorite position is Chelsea at 11th. They are chilling
with a game in hand.
Okay.
With Tottenham.
Said it with his whole chest.
Calm
down, buddy.
Because look, when we win that game, we'll be 8th.
All right, bro. Yeah. What? Okay, sure, man. When you win that game, you'll be 8th, and your goal difference will be 3. Right. Fulham, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, Brentford, they're all kind of in the safe-ish zone. Everton, Nottingham Forest are creeping closer to the drop zone, and of course, they both still have outstanding PSR cases against them that could see them lose points, but currently in the drop zone, Luton Town, Burnley, Sheffield United. We have been saying for months that Burnley and Sheffield United will be relegated, and they are not showing any signs of life. Sean, you still hot on the Brentford get relegated train?
I need it. I need it. I need them gone. I need them gone.
That's real aggressive.
Why? Wait, why are you trying to get Brentford gone?
I think I messaged because it would be hilarious since Bemo wants to talk mess after taking an L, after he might be the first person in the history of top flight football in England to be relegated twice in the same season.
Yeah.
Because not only is he possibly going to get relegated for Brentford, when he returns to his other club, Everton, he might also get relegated.
Yeah, this is the Neil Maupay hate coming from Tottenham fans.
Yes.
So you guys remember that old AFC TV AFTV clip with Ty, and he's like, Neil Maupay, you're a cheat, and I hope you get relegated with Brighton. This is we've just redone this just like 3 years later, 4 years later, but with Tottenham. Fans.
I think my Sean Stradamus claim for Brentford may have been correct in many other seasons, but I think I've got a Luton problem.
You might.
Because they have just made a concerted effort to not score points.
They're trying hard to get relegated, is what you're saying.
Yes, Luton just need to score more points than Brentford, and Brentford's not going to score another point for the rest of the season.
Wow.
Luton just need to score points. They can't get in front of Brentford unless they score more points. That is mathematically true.
Wow.
Science.
Sean math.
That's science. Yeah. Can't argue science.
Yeah.
So no. I guess we'll see. We'll have to keep an eye on that. All right, Premier League. Who wants to hit up the who wants to give me the results from match week 28 where everybody scored points, things like that from our pick?
I got you.
Okay, thank you.
I got you. So here we go. We're talking week 28, and we've got a tight battle at the top. So this was a very important week for three of us. Sorry, Brad. You haven't been picking very well.
Here. Don't worry, I'm making a comeback.
This week, you also didn't pick very well. You had 4 correct. Those 4 were United, Wolves, Arsenal. You didn't pick Spurs. That was your wrong point. And you picked Chelsea. Those were your 4 correct. Congratulations. Sean Stradamus also on 4 was Joel. After a strong couple of weeks, a record-setting week last week with 7. He comes up with another 4. Tamsy with 3. In the group of 5 with 5, we've got Jimmy, newcomer Chap. Welcome.
Chap.
Thank you for
shout out.
Thank you for your submissions. Don't forget you've got till tomorrow at about noonish or whatever to get in your bonus pick for Luton Bournemouth tomorrow. Or today rather. Today rather.
Oh yeah.
Today rather. So all 3 of us had 5, and then we've got a new winner. James correctly picked United draw for Bournemouth and Sheffield. He correctly picked Wolves. He correctly picked Spurs, Brighton, and Chelsea. That is 6 correct. Congratulations. You are the leader this week. This is the first time you have led.
Chelsea?
Of course.
He did.
Wow. I wasn't here for that pick. Man, I wow. Hey, yeah, guys, so when you listen to this podcast at 3:00 Eastern time, we'll give you until kickoff at 4:00 Eastern time to get that pick in. Not noon.
Yes.
Because, kind of can't go in reverse once we told you, hey, make a pick.
Should have had it in by noon. Anyways, so the totals. So bringing up the rear, unfortunately, is Chap. He's only got one weekend. 5 strong showing. Strong showing from the first week though. Got half of the picks correct. That's pretty good. Tamzid is next. He's got 11. 2 weeks of 3 picks correct is not good.
No.
Jimmy also coming from behind a little bit. He missed a couple weeks. He's had a good couple of weeks though. I bet Jack's helping a lot.
Probably
helping a lot with that.
Yeah.
Now, Brad, you bring up the rear on the 4 that have picked every week with 22. Here's where it gets spicy. We've got James creeping into the rearview mirror with 24. Me and Joel, who were tied last week. Joel has now slipped back to sole possession of second with 25. Sean Stradamus is still in the lead with 26.
If only I wasn't so pessimistic about Arsenal. You have to remember
that would have been your one.
I think I've picked. Who have I picked? I picked West Ham over Arsenal. I think I picked Brentford over Arsenal. So if only I wasn't so pessimistic.
Hey, listen, maybe you are the good juju for Arsenal.
Dog, I will lose a point in this game every week if it means that Arsenal win games. So I'm down with it. So
you also picked a Newcastle draw with Arsenal. The last time you picked Arsenal to win a game was against Burnley, and that was the easiest pick you've had.
It was an easy one. Oh, well, you win some, you lose some. Unlike Arsenal, who have just been winning.
Yes,
and so
that is true. Does that bring us to this week of action?
I think it does. So kind of big high level stuff from the top. Arsenal beat Brentford 2-1. Kind of a hard fought game that Arsenal had to grind out to get a victory. But in the other title the title clash between Liverpool City. That game ends 1-1, all even at Anfield. Now, I think we can't
sketchiest non-call ever.
We can't go any further without speaking about the penalty claim in like the 89th minute or 90th minute, whatever it was, where the Jeremy Doku high boot that was studs to somebody's chest that was not called.
Let's apply, since we don't have Jack around to firmly adjudicate the correct decision.
But we will.
Let's apply.
We do need Jimmy to. Jimmy to give us the Jack take in the comments.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would love to know the official Red Card Radio adjudication comes from Jack.
True.
So since we don't have that
at present,
Brad, I want you to tell me this: if you replaced Jeremy Doku with Granit Xhaka, what is the call?
Oh, a red card with a 5-game suspension
for dangerous play, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And I see the claims. I see the claims from City that it's a glancing blow. Still frames make it look worse than it is. I hear those claims. It doesn't matter. Your cleats hit the chest of another man in the act of a play.
Send him to the Bundesliga.
We had this argument a couple.
Like, what are we doing?
Didn't we have a question about this like 18 months ago? And there was some comment about like with Joel was trying to defend high boots. I'm not trying to. I'm not disparaging.
I defended him.
Oh yeah,
Sean did. Sean and Joel both were like, no, that's fine.
In the act of playing a ball, there's mine was to a bicycle kick specifically. So
yeah.
Oh, the kick to the face.
It was the bicycle kick.
Bicycle kick to the head. Okay.
Yes. So I 100% agree. It should be a red card. I want to say that before I say the next part. As a fan of American football, at that last second drive, right? If it comes down to a ref's whistle on a pass interference call,
oh, we're not going here.
Everybody's mad.
Not
right?
If it's the right call.
That call was made. People still get mad about it.
Yeah. People
listen,
who are biased.
I agree with you. I hear you. I understand. I'm 100% on your side. I am just saying or shouting from the other side. My voice is echoing from the other side.
Dog, if we don't allow refs to make calls in the final minute, then what's the point of having them at all?
Hey, and look, balls to him for not making that call at Anfield.
What? Wait, who time out? Are you celebrating the wrong call? Because he was bold?
I got this, James.
I'm just
so you're in favor of a ref swallowing his whistle on close calls late in games. You're in favor of that.
I did not say that. I said I understand when that happens. I understand that's thing. I said
okay.
No, hold on.
I'm gonna agree with
you. You're trying to like take my words out of my mouth and rearrange them around. What I was saying was props to the referee for sticking to his call, even though it was wrong, in front of that Anfield crowd. Most refs cave to that Anfield crowd.
All right. So you said yes, and I'm going to shock you guys. I agree with you. I think refs should swallow their whistle in close games, in close calls. I think they should.
Right.
However, that is where VAR comes in to radio down to him to say, hey, you missed this one. And they did. And they got together and said, yeah, it's not a call.
No, they said, yeah,
VAR radioed down to him. And he still said, nah. That's unreal. How do you take a slow-mo look at that and say, nah, nothing?
How do you take a look?
It's ridiculous.
How do you take a full action shot? Like you don't even need the replay, like the slow-mo version, to see that it's a boot to the chest.
I still, Sean, didn't you argue for like 2 hours with Brad about a pass interference call in the AFC Championship game, like a month ago, about a pass interference that wasn't called in the dying stages of the game? And you're sitting here, you're advocating for refs to swallow their whistle late in the game.
I just think when when the lines are extremely blurry, the no call is the better decision.
But hey,
if you aren't 100% certain, no call is the best.
1,000% clear. This is not a blurry situation. This is cut and dry. Should have been called.
So then I don't understand how we're not like, so in Europe. I'm just confused. I just generally confused. I think it's a foul. I think
It
it
is a
should.
foul. I
Okay,
said that.
Sean, do you think it's a foul? You're not a.
Yes, 100%.
Do you think it should have been called in that moment?
Yes.
Brad,
Yes, yes. I
then
was saying I am playing devil's advocate and saying what the other side would say. That was exactly how I started that whole
okay.
conversation.
All right.
I say
Fair.
generally speaking, in games that I watch, if it is a very important game and it is down to the final moments, a very bang bang, very close call that you aren't sure of, I am okay with you swallowing the whistle and not making a foul call.
Correct. That
If
just
you
wasn't
are
that.
not sure.
There
But
were
with the
things that it
benefit of the
was.
VAR, he doesn't have that excuse.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if he's unsure, then you can't. If you're unsure of a call, then you can't give the call. But
I need that tape.
This is
I
one of
want to
the
hear that tape.
this is one of the most seasoned English referees who is unsure about that call.
It was Oliver. It was Oliver, right?
Yeah, he is the most, if it, like he's in the top two. It's either him or Anthony Taylor
Yeah.
who have more experience in the of current crop of Premier League referees. I think he got it wrong, and I think it's unconscionable that he got it wrong. It helps me the most. A draw in that match or a City win in that match helps Arsenal the most. And so obviously it behooves me to that penalty not be given, but I don't think it should matter if it's in the very last kick of the game or the very first kick of the game or somewhere in between. If a foul is a foul, I want it called. If somebody fouls somebody in the 92nd minute of 93 minutes of added time, that has to get called. It's unfair to the entire breadth of the game to not call it. Like that 100% needs to get called 100% of the time because it's obviously a foul. And the fact, like, so we shouldn't give Michael Oliver any support. We should be pointing out that they got it wrong, and we should be upset about it.
So we are all in agreement with you. I believe, like Sean and I both agree with you that it was 100% wrong and it 100% should have been called.
Cool. All right, as long as we all agree.
Like this is just but that isn't great content. If we're like, yeah, that guy just messed up so bad, and we're all saying the same thing. So that's why I play devil's advocate. And I said I'm playing devil's advocate, even though I 100% agree that this is a foul.
I don't think that anyone could honestly play devil's advocate with this call. Any Manchester City fan wants to claim in the comments that shouldn't be called. I would love to hear it, but there seems cutting to me.
Trey, I'm gonna need you to listen, and I need comments on this.
Brad, tell me why you barely beat Newcastle.
Bruh, that was the most stressful 10 minutes ever. Because we really didn't. But they had two banger of goals. Like, both goals were shot out of a cannon.
That Murphy goal, I stood up from where I was watching it out at a public establishment, and I rocketed almost as fast as Murphy shot out of my chair.
Yeah.
And that was with 10, 15 minutes to go. That was like, Newcastle have a chance here. Yeah, it was like at the 80th, 78th, something like that.
Yeah. Was not fun those last few minutes, but you know, that's been Chelsea's season. We finished it out. I kind of and I know, like I've celebrated Nico and he's scoring a lot of goals and what have you. But the hate in the group chat for that goal that Nico scored at the beginning,
I think is
a little misplaced.
It's not an impressive goal.
I think it was absolutely terrible defense. But to redirect that shot into the corner, yes.
Literally, he could redirect it anywhere. And from that distance, the goalkeeper's not getting it.
What do you mean? It wasn't like in the 6-yard box. He was outside the 6-yard box.
Sure, but
like a good distance.
The goalkeeper is already committed to where he's going. It's like it's a hockey.
No, the shot was gonna be missed. It's a hockey goal. It's 100% a hockey goal.
Yeah.
And I think, and if you replace that with any other striker, I think we're like, oh, that's a great goal. Look at him getting onto the ball, putting it right, directing it exactly where it needs to be. Am I wrong?
I mean, possibly that people.
That's your boy Saka. Your hype as can be for that goal.
Yeah, because I have a Saka bias, and I think you would say the same thing I'm saying to you.
No, I think hockey goals are dope. Like I think it takes a ton of skill to be able to do them.
Well, so I don't think that they're bad goals. I'm not trying to say it's a bad goal. I take umbrage with the claim that it's a high skill goal. I don't think it's a high skill goal. I think it's a good goal. I think it's important to have those types of goals in your locker, but I don't think it's a high skill goal. That's just. I think what Havertz did.
I think we're somewhere in the middle.
I think Havertz's goal against Brentford to win the game was more impressive than Jackson's redirection.
So
I think scoring with your head is.
I haven't seen it. So
okay,
I'm sorry. I was worried, but like that's maybe fair. If Havertz scores a goal, then yeah, let's celebrate it. Mudryk got on the score sheet. So we had Nico got on the score sheet. Mudryk got on the score sheet. Cole Palmer had a goal and an assist.
I think Cole Palmer's goal was better than the Jackson goal.
Oh yeah. I would say these 5 goals were all excellent. You could put Nico at the bottom, and I'd probably agree with you.
Okay, cool.
But I would still say it's an excellent goal.
I did find it funny that a Chelsea Twitter posted a anime Mudryk, Mudryk, and they said scored 5 minutes off the bench. He scored blah blah blah. It was in last year's kit. They had that in the drafts for months, boy.
Oh no! Oh that wasn't
years.
It wasn't a Chelsea fan. It was Bleacher Report.
Oh,
which makes it that much better.
They had that on deck for a long time.
They were ready last year with that picture. But also,
so
you may have also dropped it into Dragon Ball because homie just passed away. Rip. There's probably a little bit of that too.
I just want to read you a few names that have more goals assists than Nico Jackson. I just want to read you a few of them. The Korean guy, Hyung-Wee Chan, Douglas Luiz, Pascal Gross has more goals assists. Anthony Gordon, Mateus Cunha. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mateus Cunha, Julian Alvarez, Leon Bailey, Darwin Núñez, that's probably be expected. Jared Bowen, that's a surprising one. All of those.
Jared Bowen's having a good year.
He has 14 goals, by the way. That is as many as Heung-min Son.
Oh. Okay.
Were you just talking crap about Nico Jackson? Is that all we're doing?
Yeah,
I was. That was it.
Cool.
That was all.
Okay.
That was all.
Can you do the U21 list? Who has more goals and assists than Cole Palmer?
Why are we doing the U21 list?
U23. Sorry, U23 list.
This is a men's league, Brad. I don't care if you're.
The U23 list.
This is a men's league.
There's one that's when you make it, that's it.
When you make it to the senior team, you include all the players.
It's just Jude Bellingham is the only one that's traded that's equal to his goals and assists total.
That's good for Chelsea. They have a good young player. But
yeah, just don't sell him. Like you do with every other good player you have.
Might have to.
No, we sell them before they get good.
Cole Palmer has 19 goals assists. He has 11 and 8.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good.
That is very impressive. It is still behind Heung-min Son with 14 and 8.
Right.
It is also behind
the senior player that's 29 years old. Yeah.
It is also behind Bukayo Saka at 13 and 8.
Speaking of Heung-min Son, 4-0 for Spurs away at Villa Park.
Yep, two assists and a goal for Heung-min.
He had a good day, yeah. Do you think this was more Ange dominance or Emery capitulation? Because I have an opinion.
I'm sure you do. And what I'm going to say about your point is I'm sure you guys have seen the gif or the meme of Stephen A. Smith. Let me tell you something right now. We don't care. we don't care. Fair. So you could say your point, but here's the thing about Ange Ball. And here's the reason I say that is we're going to play the same way every time, no matter what. So if Emery wants to overthink it, then that's on him. We're not changing. We're not out chess moving Unai Emery or Pep or Klopp or Pochettino. We're not changing the way we play.
Just conveniently leave out Arteta. I see you.
Oh, well, I was just naming good managers.
All right, bro. All right.
Oh.
All right. We are top.
So
of the league.
please
We are
proceed
top
with
of the
your
league.
point. No, it was a really good game. It was dominant. Even before the red card, we were winning very handily.
To me, this just seemed so evident coming into the game that Villa would not get a result here. It just seemed to me that the way this was set up, Emery is the. I'm not trying to be mean to him, but he does just overthink things. And yes, he's gotten a lot of good results in Spain in the Europa League, but like he just makes some impressive decisions. I didn't watch the game, so I can't specifically speak to whether or not this was an Emery situation where he overthought it. But Villa had a lot of injuries. They've had a lot of injuries this season. They're missing a lot of their key players. And of course, Tottenham are getting healthier at the moment. And so I think, to me, it just seemed like there was Tottenham kind of asserting themselves in this game. That's how I was reading it coming into the match.
So this was a game of two halves. I think you're wrong. And I think if you go and watch the match, you'll see that it's not Unai's fault this game. The first half, Aston Villa were in control. They just couldn't finish. And I think Sean agrees.
Yeah, fair.
Madison's goal completely undid them 1,000%. It was the first shot on target. Like I don't know. I don't watch enough Villa to be able to tell you.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just telling you what I saw on the field.
Fair. Yeah,
was
that's fair.
That Madison goal, that first shot on goal, like gets his foot in there, knocks it into the net. Fantastic.
And then they just fall apart. Like that's
3 minutes. And then 3 minutes later, Brennan Johnson gets a goal. Yep. It was a good goal by Madison, by the way, getting his foot there early. I don't know what Emmy was doing because there was only one way that ball was going, so I don't know why he dove the other way. Like that ball was always going near post.
Well, what I thought real time was, oh, Emmy's gonna grab that. I thought it was too close to him, and he doesn't go for it at all. I thought the only chance of that being saved, if that makes it through, if it goes past Madison, it's going to Johnson on the back post, who's wide open. Or it was either Johnson or Werner at that point. I don't know who it was, but if it makes it past Madison, it's going back post and it's getting banged also. So, like, I didn't understand Emmy's decision to stay on his line because his only chance to save that is to go get the cross.
Yep. And how is Van de Ven?
I don't think it's. I think he's going for scans. Isn't that the last I heard on Twitter?
I do not know.
Right after that goal, or right before that goal, he was he saved the goal and went back down hurt. So was this win worth it if you're losing Van de Ven for 4 or 5 games?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the point of getting Dragic. So
and you can't. You win this game, you're in sole possession.
Oh yeah, I'm with you.
So
I'm with you.
I'd recall Dyer if we won that game.
Oh no, you won't.
Like whatever it takes, it doesn't matter. Put Ben Davies in there.
Quick note for the listeners: the Bournemouth-Luton Town matchup on Wednesday has not happened at time of recording, so we obviously can't opine on that. We're going to turn our attention now to this weekend upcoming. We've got FA Cup matches, 4 FA Cup matches, and 4 Premier League matches. So that's what's going on this weekend. We're going to pick those matches, and you guys, we would love if you picked it along with us. So we'll pin these in the comments. Brad, do you want to take over?
We needed more than 4 games, so that's why the FA Cup is in here. And no, you're not allowed to boycott, Sean. Boycotting is not allowed.
We're not picking FA Cup. I'm not picking championship games.
We need more than 4 games.
He's going to take draws.
We need more than 4 games.
He's going to take draws in all the FA Cup matches.
Replays in all the games.
There are no replays at this point.
It goes to penalties.
Oh dang! All right, no replays. No replays.
Brad, what's the first one?
We'll do it. I think we can do this really easy. Wolves. Look, the first 2 FA Cup games are gonna go fast. Wolves, Coventry. I got Wolves.
I mean, yeah, I guess I have to take Wolves as well. I rate Wolves.
I don't. This is Coventry.
Ooh.
Magic of the cup.
All right. My boys will beat up Leicester City.
Actually, I'm switching back to Wolves, and I'm going with Leicester.
Whoa.
That's my championship.
I too am taking Leicester, but not because I'm trolling Chelsea, but because Jamie Vardy is going to do Jamie Vardy things, and I'm gonna have to look at his stupid face and be upset about it. But I'm taking Leicester in that match.
All right, let's get to the spice of the FA Cup. City versus Newcastle.
This is actually this. You think it's just City?
Yeah,
I do.
Oh man,
I think it's City,
cares
but
more about.
I think there is potential for Newcastle to get the upset. But like City's gonna keep marching.
Yeah, the problem is that City is healthy and they've got an entire new 11 players that they could put in this match, whereas Newcastle have the same 14 players that they've trotted out for the last 6 months. Like they're gonna have to put the kit man in a kit to have a full bench. I guess you have to take City in this game.
There's a potential for Newcastle winning. There's a potential for a frog with a glass ass to jump more than once, but it's not going to happen. Like, what do you like? Yeah, there's a potential for anything.
Oh yeah, but City's winning this. I could probably even put Joel's picks in here. City's winning this.
It's City.
Joel's desire to be correct in win, lose, or draw way exceeds his desire to stand for his team.
100%.
Yeah.
And then
he did pick Newcastle last week. He was the only one to pick Newcastle last week against Chelsea. So
you got a couple draws in there, which are also wrong. But
oh yeah, but I was just pointing out that he was the only one to pick Newcastle because his hate for Chelsea is more than anybody else's on this pod, including you, James. All right, United Liverpool. What we thinking? I'm thinking Pool walk this, even with their like U23s. But is our new resident Manchester United fan going to differ from us, Sean? What do you think? He's thinking. I'm trying to buy some time for his thinking.
No. I've already thought. I already know what's going to happen in this match.
Let's hear it.
What's going to happen?
And calling me a Manchester United fan is A, offensive, and B, just wrong.
It was meant to be offensive.
I am a adroit observer of football, and I can look at a team and know that they are not as bad as everyone says that they are. I'm taking Manchester United in this match.
See, look at that. United fan takes the United team. Anybody shocked?
What's the Lee Gunner quote about? You don't know their shit. Yeah, I have two eyes, mate. Yeah, they're shit. Whatever it was. It's something along those lines. I know that's paraphrased. I have eyes, mate. They're shit. That's me with United. I have eyeballs, mate. Like
they've got a few bad players. Like I'm not trying to say that all their players are good, and Ten Hag is not necessarily the tactical genius that people make him out to be. But they also have really good. They've got good players on their team.
Yeah.
Agree with you. He's neither tactical nor genius. He's neither.
He is like maybe the bald fraud, the biggest bald fraud of the league.
More
so than Pep.
All right, we're getting into Premier League.
Pep wins things.
We're getting into Premier League action, Sean. So it's time to take it seriously. Just
because
you're trying
here we go.
Trying to troll. Let's go.
I was boycotting.
All right, Burnley.
Am I supposed to pick first on here?
Yes, this one's going to you. Burnley or Brentford?
If you guys remember 2 years ago, who was Games in Hand FC that I was championing for weeks and weeks and weeks?
I believe there's a Twitter
Turf
account.
More Sean.
Yeah.
Turf More Sean makes his return. It is Burnley all day, baby. Vincent Company, the second bald fraud.
I'm calling timeout. Quick timeout, coach. I need to point out, loyal listeners, friends of the podcast, this is not Turf More Sean returning. This is anti-Brentford Sean still existing.
Still here. Yeah.
This is not the old Sean returning. This is the same Sean that you've had for the last 6 weeks telling you that Brentford's getting relegated.
This is Turf More Sean.
He's so committed to the Brentford get relegated situation that he is taking
Burnley. They stink.
More than Burnley? Brentford stink more than Burnley?
Burnley just got to draw West Ham, my guy.
Company's got to get some wins here and there.
Doc, this is This is a draw. This is a draw.
Draw.
Oh.
Wow. I'm going with Turfmore here. Turfmore Sean on this one.
Woo! There we go.
Fofana's getting a double.
Insane. You guys
Let's
are
go.
insane.
All right. I'm going to the next game, Luton Town Forest versus Nottingham Forest.
You should lead off.
Hmm?
You should
I'm going to. I'm thinking going Nottingham Forest is going to tame the kennel.
Sean.
Whoa!
Sean, what happens what happens when you go to the kennels?
You guys know I always say when you go to the kennel, you better be ready for the dog.
This is the dumbest,
However, when you go to the forest, you might have to be prepared for things that live in the forest, like a wolf or something. This is forest.
A wolf in the kennel. Yep.
Oh man. Everybody in this match is just thinking about the 2 weeks off that they're going to get for the international break. This is a draw.
Wow, we got United FC's becoming draw FC over here.
Just wait, Sean. Just wait till you see my Fulham Spurs pick.
All right, Fulham Spurs, Craven Cottage.
Yeah.
Our this is funny because crosstown rivals, not really for us. Our I'm pretty sure our training facility is bigger than Craven Cottage. This is Spurs all day.
It absolutely is. Craven Cottage is tiny. Okay.
Tiny.
Brad, are you next or am I?
You go ahead, sir.
This is a draw. And the reason why this is a draw is because Fulham have been getting up for games against the big boys. Like they have been getting up for games against the big boys. The reason why Fulham are where they are is because they're playing down to their opponents. But you have to remember, Fulham has Arsenal legends, Bernd Leno, Alex Iwobi, and Willian in this team. So there's going to be some North London derby memories flowing through their heads. This is a draw.
Shoot, I did forget about Willian.
Arsenal legend.
Chelsea legend, Willian.
Fulham also have Americans Tim Ream and Anthony Robinson on, and Americans are well-known bottlers, just like Arsenal. So you got to keep that in mind.
I can't hear you from all the way up here.
Shoot, you reminded me of that there, James, and I'm switching. I had the Spuds down, but I'm going to a draw. You convinced me. You got me.
Wow. Wow.
West
the Battle of the
Ham
Clarets.
Villa. I'm going for a bounce back.
Which claret is better?
Yeah, whoever loses this game can't wear claret anymore.
I'm going with the villains. I think they're bouncing back here. Get their head back on straight. I don't know who's going to replace McGinn in the middle of the field, but Unai's going to figure it out against Moyes.
I also am going Villa, but I am only picking Villa based on them being the champions of the claret, because West Ham played Burnley for Battle of the Claret last week. So really that was the play-in game for the actual Battle of the Claret, and they drew. They couldn't even beat Burnley.
True.
So if they can't beat Burnley, if they don't want to wear the claret well enough to beat Burnley, no chance against Villa. No chance.
Interesting take. This is my favorite part of these episodes because we just come up with the most outlandish things to justify ourselves because we're soccer pundits or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you guys want
Mr. James?
Clearly the most serious. Do you
guys want me to tell you how this game's gonna end?
Ooh.
Yes, I do.
This game is a draw. I think.
Wow. Four draws across the board.
I don't think there's going to be any winners in the Premier League this weekend.
That's going to be a boring weekend.
Could be exciting draws.
Wow.
But I think that Villa are in a sour patch right now, and West Ham are sinusoidal. Like they're just up and down. They're all over the place. So like I don't know, man. Like I think this is just I can't pick a winner. I don't see either one of these teams. Obviously, in my brain, I know Aston Villa has better players than West Ham. But I just don't see it coming together for them this weekend.
I have a question, James.
What up, dog?
Did you only pick winners in the FA Cup because you knew there could be no draws?
I have nothing else to add at this time.
Okay. Draw FC.
Wow.
Let's go.
Wow. Bob Ross over here.
If it's a pretty little tree, you gotta draw it.
Only drawing.
We got 4 pretty little trees when it could have been 8.
All right. Well, you guys should hit us up with your picks in the comments and let Brad know why his picks are wrong and why you think my picks are right. Hit us up on Twitter, Discord, all those places you can find us. That guy up top, KS Brad G. Down below, that's at Whiteheart_Sean. I guess actually Brad's that way. I'm at James Tiffany. Collectively, we are at Redcard_Radio. Thank you for bearing with us. It's a little bit of a longer episode, but we didn't want to record 2 for this week. So this is what you get. And until then, we will be back next week. International break starts, so we'll have something. Brad might want to talk about Formula One. We'll see. Maybe we'll figure out something. Maybe we'll talk about tennis. But we'll see. Until then, follow us on socials. Watch some football this weekend, and we will talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.